Audio and music conspiracy detected. Hello, thank you for being here with me once more. I hope you are fine. I am Mari Swaruu. Before I begin with today's subject, please bear in mind that the cabal on Earth uses the combined effect of many agendas and control mechanisms, and not the effects of only one or only a few ways to control the human population. It is the added effect of many, which causes the people to move in the direction the controllers of Earth want, as they interact with the human population from many combined actions that apparently are not connected, and music is no exception to this. We all know the enormous therapeutic benefits of listening to music. It can change our mood, it can help us concentrate when we must work or do other things with our hands, and it certainly helps us meditate when we choose the right kind. We can decide what kind of music to listen to, depending on our mood at the time, and what is appropriate for our activities. For example, I always use music to isolate myself from what surrounds me while I write for my YouTube channel. As I've explained so many times before, frequency and vibration are everything in this universe, and even matter is manifested from potential energy into something solid, using something called harmonics of a frequency, which decides where and when a crest will develop in a medium, like the ether, which acts much like water, and in which crests a particle will develop as a standing wave. And this is the beginning of the manifestation of an object into physicality, according to the theory of manifestation many of you already know about, and which I will explain in detail in another video. Most of you listening to me know that just about everything on Earth is controlled by corporations, which in turn are being managed by the secret societies of the cabal that controls Earth, and the music industry is no exception. It not only controls who will be able to publish their music, and who will rise to stardom, but it also controls exactly what music, lyrics, and all, are being published, as well as where and when. The cabal and its music industry promote and aggressively push certain kinds of music onto the general population using its controlled media, and the younger generations are the ones who are the easiest to influence with the tendencies they impose. Controlling which kind of music, and making use of its unique characteristics, they can guide the mentality and even the intelligence of those who are listening to the kind of music they promote as a tendency. This explains why in recent years, some even say past decades, popular music is terrible, generalizing, where the kind the masses listen to, is almost void of harmonics, and therefore of positive vibrations. As the cabal pushes a certain kind of music filled with disharmonious destructive frequencies, they prevent the population from developing a strong and positive connection with their true spiritual nature, to the point where that cheap and badly made music actually promotes feelings of irritability, anger, and aggression in whoever listens to it, and even more in those who use it regularly, with this creating separation and isolation from source, also promoting parasitization and energy exploitation from lower astral dark entities, because the people's existential frequency and vibration is closer to theirs, after listening to a certain kind of music, or sounds. In a very true sense, the music you listen to creates who you are, and observing what kind of music someone listens to is a clear indication of who they are. This statement is almost painfully obvious, even though there are other factors which determine what music each person will prefer, cultural and educational factors, as well as what kind of music each individual was exposed to in their families during their first years of life. Mostly, music is a big part of the mind control mechanisms the cabal uses to guide and manipulate the population of Earth, and with it, it creates, guides and forms the matrix on Earth. And this manipulation includes the music as well as the lyrics of each popular song, where many times what the singer is saying is heavily destructive and depressing for whoever is listening to it, and it is effectively programming the listener to accept and normalize things like heartbreak, failure, and abuse, among countless other subjects used in the lyrics of the popular music industry. Making this even worse, many times those words in the lyrics can be used as triggers for activating a certain behavior in the population, which was previously programmed in them by other means, much like what happens with MK Ultra individuals and deep cover operatives. At some point in the more or less recent past, the tone which is used to tune musical instruments was changed from 432 Hz to the less harmonious 440, when many music enthusiasts consider that with the 432 Hz tuning, the sound is more harmonious for the ears, as it induces a more spiritual and emotional experience because using 432, many regions of the right hemisphere of the brain are stimulated more, propitiating a richer experience which includes augmented feelings, imagination and promotes creativity. It has been said before that the only reason for changing the frequency of music from 432 Hz to 440 is to help isolate humanity even more from its true spiritual nature. To make things a lot worse, now we are detecting something else besides all that I've talked about above. We have noticed that all of a sudden there are no decent quality music sound devices being sold to the public nowadays. It looks like the days of sound devices with excellent quality speakers, many equipped with compact disc players, and the older large vinyl music discs, are gone. Researching sound devices for sale to the public, all that we can find, and with few and dubious exceptions, are sound towers as they are called, which are apparently all monaural devices. We find this astonishing because it looks like people are suddenly not interested in stereo sound any longer. No matter how good a device may be, with big speakers and tweeters, its sound will never be as good as if it were playing in stereo, and even if one or another specific model of those sound towers that are being sold to the public is actually stereo, it will not be good enough either simply because its speakers are placed too close together to be able to create a decent sound stereo effect. It looks like people are no longer interested in anything that sounds truly good and well, favoring connectivity to Bluetooth devices, mostly to their cell phones and the digital music they have in them, music with different grades of quality, mostly very poor, and therefore void of true positive and beneficial effects on the individual, again generalizing. It can be argued that people can still listen to stereo music with their headphones, and apparently, this is correct. The problem here is that headphones only transmit the music and its vibrations to the ear of the listener, and do not give him or her the chance of bathing the entire body in those beneficial frequencies. Good quality speakers make the entire body of the listener vibrate with the music, its frequencies travel through it, programming each cell and all the water in the individual's body to conform to the high vibration influence of good positive music. The body needs to listen to the music as well. In order to benefit fully from its nurturing and healing frequencies, it needs to vibrate with it. Furthermore, and as I have been explaining in many of my videos about the paranormal, lower astral entities and disincarnates are all around the people, and all the time, in a soup of frequencies and intermeshed realities and densities. Low vibration entities, which are the ones who most often interfere and influence our lives in a bad way, logically don't like high vibration music, which is high vibration frequencies. Good high vibration, spiritually lifting music is highly toxic for them, and they tend to go away from the place where the music is playing. Good high vibration music, preferably playing at 432 Hz, is a very good way to clean a place of dark entities as it scares them away. If good music is no longer playing through good quality large speakers, the lower astral dark entities will have it easier to invade a home or any other place. This has been studied closely by the Taygetans, which possess high enough and sensitive enough technology to detect and see how those dark lower astral entities flee the area when music is played. As is to be expected, many kinds of popular music actually promote entity attachments and infestations, as it all depends on frequency matches, and what is according to each kind of being or person. In general, it is not so much about what genre of music is the correct positive one, leaving lyrics aside. It depends a lot more on the effect it is having on the listener, and this means that the interpretation each consciousness is giving to what he or she is listening is what is important. Some music may be liked and frequency elevating to one person but not to another. In general, classic music of great composers is what elevates the frequency of a place more, and is most effective to remove lower astral entities of all kinds, as long as it has been played through decent quality stereo speakers. Here we strongly suspect that the lack of good quality stereo-equipped sound system devices may be on purpose, with the cabal and its dark agendas making them unavailable to the public to prevent the people from benefiting from their good effects on the mind and body. Although their availability depends on each area. We don't buy into the theory that it is the people who are no longer interested in purchasing good quality stereo sound devices which need to be fixed, and at home, in favor of listening to their music on their apparently more convenient cell phones and their mostly low-quality sound headphones, perhaps as the result of modern life's demands. People may still be able to listen to good quality stereo sound inside their cars and vehicles, but these too are under attack by the cabal, which is heavily promoting the removal of all private transportation for the public, imposing that they all use public transportation, in the name of climate change. Everything there on Earth is controlled, and this certainly is not an exception. Removing good sound stereo devices and equipment favors dark entity infestations, and also promotes health issues and problems in the general population, as the benefits of sound, frequency and music for the body and soul are vastly underrated on Earth. Contrasting all this, in other more advanced cultures, frequency, vibration, and sound, which are basically music, are used as a very effective healing mechanism for just about all ailments. Compact discs can give very good sound when played with good speakers, but as for frequency and vibration and its benefits, the good old vinyl discs are the best ones according to what I could research, as they are all about vibration as the sound device's needles go along the disc's grooves. Old tape players may also be good depending on the quality of the recording, and this goes as well for purely digital music, as the quality of each recording varies a lot. Don't forget to listen to the music you love the most, even if it is only through headphones, and if you are lucky enough to own stereo equipment, take care of it, as it may not be easy to replace. Although its availability depends on each area. Thank you for listening to my video, and for liking and subscribing for more. I appreciate it a lot. And I hope to see you here next time. With much love. Your friend, Mari Swaruu.